The global drug trade is a vast and dangerous enterprise. It stretches across continents, leaving devastation in its wake. This illicit industry is second only to the arms trade in terms of its sheer scale and financial might. Its tendrils reach deep into governments, corrupting officials and undermining the rule of law. From the poppy fields of Afghanistan to the bustling streets of London, the drug trade leaves no corner of the world untouched. This is a story of power, greed, and the human cost of addiction. It is a tale that spans centuries, evolving with each passing decade. We begin our journey in the 19th century with the British Empire's infamous opium trade, a historical event that would shape the world's relationship with narcotics for generations to come. From these humble flowers, a lucrative trade emerged, one that would have far-reaching consequences, sparking wars and igniting the flames of addiction on a global scale. The legacy of the opium trade serves as a stark reminder of the devastating power of narcotics, a power that continues to shape our world today. The 19th century witnessed the rise of the British Empire's opium trade in China. Driven by profit, British merchants flooded the Chinese market with opium, leading to widespread addiction and social unrest. The Qing dynasty, struggling to contain the crisis, attempted to ban the trade, leading to a series of conflicts known as the Opium Wars. These wars, fought between 1839 and 1860, ultimately resulted in humiliating defeats for China, forcing the nation to cede territory and grant concessions to the British. The opium trade left an indelible scar on China, highlighting the devastating consequences of unchecked greed and the human cost of addiction. But the opium trade's impact extended far beyond China. Chinese immigrants, fleeing conflict and seeking new opportunities, carried the drug to new corners of the globe, including the United States. During the California gold rush, opium dens proliferated, becoming a fixture of the American West. The 20th century saw the global drug trade evolve and expand at an alarming rate. The outlawing of drugs in 1914, rather than curbing demand, fueled a burgeoning black market. Criminal organizations, sensing an opportunity, stepped in to fill the void, transforming the drug trade into a multi-billion-dollar industry. The American mafia, notorious for its ruthless efficiency, gained a stranglehold on the illicit drug supply chain, controlling everything from production to distribution. As the century progressed, sophisticated drug cartels emerged, operating with the reach and influence of multinational corporations. Pablo Escobar's Medellin cartel in Colombia became synonymous with cocaine trafficking, amassing unimaginable wealth and wielding terrifying power. In Mexico, the Juarez cartel established a firm grip on drug routes into the United States. Across the Atlantic, entry points in Spain and Portugal became gateways for South American cocaine, destined for European markets. As law enforcement agencies cracked down on traditional drug routes, traffickers sought new avenues for their illicit cargo. West Africa, with its porous borders, weak governance, and strategic coastal locations, emerged as an attractive alternative. Countries like Guinea-Bissau, Nigeria, and Guinea-Conakry became hotspots for drug trafficking, their fragile institutions ill-equipped to combat the influx of criminal networks. The region's vulnerability was further exacerbated by poverty, corruption, and a lack of economic opportunities, creating a fertile ground for traffickers seeking to exploit local communities. The lure of easy money proved irresistible for many, drawing individuals into the dangerous underworld of drug trafficking. The consequences have been devastating. Drug trafficking has fueled instability and violence, undermining the rule of law and hindering economic development. Cocaine seizures in West Africa have skyrocketed in recent years, a testament to the region's growing role as a major transit hub for narcotics. Nigeria, a case study in transit. Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation, has become a focal point for drug trafficking in West Africa. Its vast coastline, bustling ports, and extensive air networks provide ample opportunities for smuggling operations. Nigerian criminal networks, operating with increasing sophistication, have established connections with drug producers in Latin America, Asia, and the Middle East. Cocaine from Colombia, heroin from Afghanistan, and methamphetamine from Southeast Asia all flow through Nigerian ports and airports, destined for markets in Europe, North America, and beyond. The country's law enforcement agencies, hampered by corruption and a lack of resources, have struggled to stem the tide of illicit drugs. Despite some high-profile arrests and seizures, the drug trade continues to thrive in Nigeria, corrupting institutions, undermining security, and fueling addiction. The story of Nigeria serves as a microcosm of the challenges facing West Africa as a whole, highlighting the complex interplay of factors that have allowed drug trafficking to flourish. The impact of drug trafficking extends far beyond the immediate violence and crime. It seeps into the very fabric of society, leading to widespread addiction, rampant corruption, and a decay of social structures. Communities are torn apart, families are destroyed, and the future of countless individuals is compromised. The insidious nature of addiction traps individuals in a cycle of dependency, making recovery a daunting challenge. Meanwhile, corruption infiltrates institutions, eroding trust and undermining the rule of law. The societal decay that follows is a stark reminder of the far-reaching consequences of drug trafficking. Combating international drug trafficking requires a concerted effort from nations around the globe. Cooperation among countries is essential to disrupt the complex networks that facilitate the illicit drug trade. Law enforcement agencies must work together, sharing intelligence and resources to dismantle trafficking operations. International agreements and treaties play a critical role in fostering collaboration and ensuring that traffickers face justice, no matter where they operate. Effective enforcement is not just about seizing drugs. It's about targeting the entire infrastructure of trafficking organizations, from production to distribution. To truly combat drug trafficking, it is imperative to address the root causes that fuel this illicit industry. Poverty, lack of education, and limited economic opportunities often drive individuals towards the drug trade. By investing in education, creating job opportunities, and supporting economic development, we can provide alternatives to those at risk of being drawn into drug trafficking. Additionally, addressing issues like political instability and weak governance can help create environments where the rule of law prevails, reducing the appeal of illegal activities. Tackling these underlying issues is crucial for a sustainable solution to the drug trafficking problem. Raising awareness about the devastating impact of drug trafficking is a powerful tool in the fight against this global menace. Public education campaigns can inform communities about the dangers of drug use and the broader consequences of the drug trade. Advocacy and grassroots movements can put pressure on governments and international bodies to take stronger action against traffickers and to support affected communities. By demanding change and holding leaders accountable, society can push for policies and initiatives that address both the symptoms and the root causes of drug trafficking. Together, we can make a difference and create a safer, healthier world. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to raise awareness and demand change.